Welcome everyone. So this is going to be a tarot reading for the sign of Pisces. As usual, I shuffle the cards before I start the video, so basically everything's ready to go. Now also, this reading is applicable if you're just somebody a cross-watcher who wants to know more about a Pisces. This is relevant to you also. So where I want to get started here is the recent past, and I call this the position of the back. I'll explain these positions more as I go. So let's take a look. I have a tarot card and an oracle card here representing the recent past. So I have the Eight of Swords with the oracle card of the house. This is very interesting. It's like not knowing who you are. How could you not know who you are? Or not knowing your own home, right? The home a lot of times represents, well, what it does represent is yourself. It can represent like your literal home, but it represents yourself like your vessel, also your identity. With the Eight of Swords here, it's just like being blind to it. Like, who am I? Very strange. Let me pull a card here on this. Tell me more about this Eight of Swords with the house. Tell me more about this Eight of Swords with the house. If you're like looking to buy a home, well, this would be a very, very specific message for like one person. If you're looking to buy a house, then you're having a really hard time finding a house. But I think this is more in general for everyone. This is more the energy that it's talking about is just not knowing like yourself. So the card that came out is the number 3, which kind of leads me to believe that it's almost like you defer to other people. It's like, you don't know who you are because you go along with what other people say, what other people think. You kind of like go with the bandwagon, right? If you've heard that expression, right? I think that's the expression. Ride the bandwagon. On the bottom, Aquarius. So yeah, it's like you go along with the group. If you are hanging out with the cool kids, you do whatever the cool kids do. Or, if you're hanging out with people who are playing, I don't know, geez, I'm trying to find this soccer, then you kind of like adopt whatever it is they're doing, their persona, what they're doing. Essentially, it's kind of like just not knowing yourself because you're always looking to other people. That's the energy of the recent past. This seems like very general energy, so obviously I think this stretches further than the recent past. This might just be the way you have been, and maybe we're now changing, and that's why this is being highlighted. I want to keep going. Let's move into the present to see what things are looking like now. So where I want to look in the present, there's a couple of positions. I want to see how you guys are feeling. That's what I'm interested in at the moment. So I have here, wow, the Death card. What did I say about change? I think that the reason that this is showing up in the recent past is it's highlighting a change from the past to the present, which is to say that death is change. You guys are feeling like you are going full throttle into like a transmutation, just a change of who you are. And I think that since these cards are contrasting that, I think it also comes with finding out more about who you are. Whereas in the past, you were more ambiguous. Okay, let's keep going. So I want to look at the next position, the position of the head. This tells me what you guys are thinking. Kind of goes hand in hand with the position of the heart, but these are thoughts rather than emotions, right? So let's see. I have the Knight of Pentacles with the Oracle card of the 2. This is like, our strategy is to support someone else. To just like be a supporting presence for another person. That's our strategy amidst all of this. Could be that there's another person just involved in this fast-paced change that you guys are feeling inside, like in your hearts, in your being. Let me pull a card on this. Tell me what the Knight of Pentacles, number 2. Could be that you're thinking about a Knight of Pentacles and that, you're interacting with someone who embodies the Knight of Pentacles too. Tell me about the 2 with the Knight of Pentacles here. Tell me about the number 2 with the Knight of Pentacles for my Pisces signs. Tell me about the number 2 with the Knight of Pentacles. Gemini, we're thinking about talking to this person. We're thinking about conversations with this person, engaging this person, who we kind of, I feel like there is either a cordial relationship with, or at least there's a very supportive relationship with here. Let's see what else is on top. I'm still a little curious what else is on top here. Okay. So this relationship, while it is very supportive, and I think that it's interesting because I have these two cards are for things being very clear, very out in the open, very obvious, and very upfront. And then the last card is the opposite. It's cloudy, muggy, murky. That's the card Neptune here. So it's like for this relationship that may even be a catalyst or have something to do with the changes we've been feeling. There is something about it where it's like it's very genuine, and at the same time we don't know where it could lead, or there's something about it that we're not sure the potential for. Neptune is also spirituality here. Could be that this person is a spiritual influence. Let's keep going. I'm going to move to, there's one more position in the present before I look into the actual future. Yeah, I want to know what this last position is, because that's going to tell me what you guys have been actually doing, like the actions you've been taking, how you've been handling outer circumstances, other people. So let's see. I have the Tarot card of Temperance with the Oracle card of the Rabbit. This is literally juggling a lot of things and keeping them all stable, like moderating everything in moderation. In fact, it's so funny because the rabbit is essentially everything. It stands for a lot, like, fuck like bunnies, right? They make a lot. It has an idea. The idea behind the rabbit is multiplicity, and then temperance here is moderation. So it's kind of like everything in moderation, and that's how you're applying it. That's what you guys are doing right now, is simply just applying in your life everything in moderation. Okay? Tell me more about this temperance with the rabbit. Tell me more about temperance with the rabbit. Temperance, moderation goes kind of hand in hand with the Knight of Pentacles. The Knight of Pentacles is very slow and steady type energy, okay? Tell me more about temperance, please, with the rabbit. Tell me more about temperance 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 with the rabbit. Alright, I'm getting tired of repeating myself. I'm just gonna shuffle. Let's see. Slow. It's a slow one. Okay. These cards didn't want to shuffle back in. They just slammed into the deck, so. And then now they're bent. Okay. So the cards that came out are, well, your card, Pisces. It does not surprise me that Pisces came out here. Because, well, Pisces is kind of about everything. You guys are the last sign of the zodiac. You guys kind of combine all of the zodiac into one, and it's sort of like with Pisces here, it's like juggling everything. A little bit of everything. Pisces and the rabbit. A little bit of everything is what you guys sort of been up to. And also with the other card that came out here is the Eye. Yeah, this is just like trying a little bit of everything, and keeping things in moderation. That's what you guys been doing. That's it. Now, this is strange to me that this feels to you like a huge inner transmutation, a big change from the past, because I'm not seeing anything drastic. So it's interesting that you guys are feeling like big internal changes when your outside world is very, very moderated. Anyway, let's keep going. We're going to move into the future now and see what's going to happen to you guys. Or for you guys. I don't like to say to you guys. So I'm looking really short term here. This is like 2 weeks to a month. So I have the King of Swords with the Queen here. Interesting. Really mature energy here. Really disciplined energy here. Could be that this is just talking about adulthood. That like you guys are growing up fast. Short-term future, you guys grow up. You guys become the king and or queen here. These are both very disciplined cards that have to do with like kind of like really cold logic and having discipline, having your shit together and making sure that everything around you is kind of put together. Could be that these are two people. Also, if remember, the 2 came out before. So it could be that you are one of these 2 people. You might be the Knight of Swords or you might be the Queen here. That's showing up in the short-term future. Let's see what else comes out for these 2 cards. Tell me more about the Queen and the King. Tell me about the King of Swords with the plain old Queen. Tell me about the King of Swords with the Queen. Tell me about the King of Swords with the Queen. I mean, this could just be a business relationship, a very platonic relationship, that original supporting relationship I was telling you about. Okay, Cancer, could even be family with Cancer coming out here. Family, roommates, that sort of a thing. Just very supportive partnership here. Just supporting your family, your partner, person you live with, etc. The number 8 is on the bottom. Whew. Support, support, support. The number 8 is protective. So we have now Cancer is nurture and protection, discipline, and logical discipline applied here. You guys got like a lot of practical energy going in your entire reading. Maybe that's the big change, is you guys are moving into a way more practical like state of being from the past. Oh my god, that's so funny. I just peeked underneath the 8. Discipline, Saturn, of course. I knew Saturn would pop up at some point. So yeah, definitely major. It's like almost like you guys like grow up fast. Let's pull advice for you guys. Alright. So the way I do advice is I kind of try to keep it really simple, positive stuff you guys should be paying attention to, looking at, thinking about, dealing with stuff you guys should be doing that's going to be to your greater benefit or best strategies. Can I have some positive advice, please, for my Pisces? With regards to the reading or just in general. This is a very general reading, so I suppose this is just going to be general also. I have the Empress. 2 cards came out. I have the Empress with the 3 of Wands here. You know, it's kind of like you can enjoy, you can get attention, you can be like, you can feel like you are the person who is pretty and who's getting attention without actually being the person who is center stage. Like sometimes if you're in that clique, right, the most popular, the prettiest girl is not the most popular girl. That's sort of what I'm getting here. It's kind of weird that this is showing up, but it's almost like you don't have to be center stage to be to be beautiful, to be what's the word I'm looking for with the Empress here? To be like in your full glory, essentially. In your full like Empress energy. Just use Empress. I mean, you guys get the Empress, right? Let me pull an oracle card to see what else I get. Tell me about more about this advice, please. For my Pisces. Anything else about this advice? Okay. And again, for like the 10th time, the rabbit freaking comes out. The rabbit. The rabbit. The rabbit is also like, it's just like people. You know, it's like the populist card in geomancy. It is like the people, bourgeoisie. That is also the rabbit card. You don't have to be, like I was saying, like, you don't have to be center stage to feel good. You don't. You can take on the supporting position that you've been taking on. That's okay. And even going back to the very beginning of the reading where I was saying that you let other people, you don't know your true identity, that's okay too. You don't have to be center stage to know your true identity. Your true identity can be the quiet person who gives advice, you know? And you can still feel good about that. And I'm kind of, that's the vibe I'm getting for this message, especially because underneath the rabbit is the sun. It's like you can still feel joy and feel good about that position. Okay, guys? that's it. That's going to be your reading, Pisces. I hope it resonated for you, and I hope you guys got something out of that. Thank you guys so much for taking an interest in my reading. I really appreciate it. If it did resonate, please press the like button. That helps out the algorithm, so I really appreciate that. I'll see you guys in a couple of weeks.